You know, that feeling, that heavy, really frustrating sensation, like you're just spinning your wheels.
Oh, yeah. Stuck in place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While everyone else seems to be zooming past. Maybe it's your job, maybe your relationship, maybe just that project you keep thinking about, just gathering dust.
It feels like being caught in a loop you can't break. It's super common, but man, when you're in it.
It feels like you're failing, right? Like something's wrong with you.
And that feeling, that stagnation, it is incredibly stressful.
It absolutely is. So today, that's what we're doing a deep dive into, this really common challenge, why we feel stuck, the stress it piles on, and, you know, the important part, how we find our way forward, how we break free.
Yeah, how to get things moving again. We've looked at quite a bit of material for this, psychological insights, some really practical strategies, personal stories too, lots of good stuff.
Right. So our mission here is to unpack all of that for you. Pull out the key ideas, those nuggets that really matter, to help you understand what's going on when you feel stuck, and crucially, give you some actionable ways to get your momentum back.
Sounds good. Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. Let's just say it out loud. Feeling stuck. It's common. It's normal.
It really is. Happens to pretty much everyone, sometime, somewhere. Career, relationships, just feeling stuck in yourself.
Yeah, and the material we looked at is really clear on this. It's not a permanent state. It's a phase. It feels permanent, but it isn't.
That's such a key point to hold on to. It's not I am stuck, like it's your identity. It's I'm feeling stuck right now, a temporary state.
And there are signs, right? Things you can look out for.
Definitely. Like a real lack of motivation is a big one. The get up and go just isn't there.
Or you find yourself constantly comparing your situation to others, scrolling through feeds and feeling like you're falling behind.
Oh, absolutely. That comparison trap is brutal, especially now. And feeling stagnant, like you're putting in effort, or you think you should be, but nothing's changing. No real progress.
Yeah, or just that foggy feeling, no clear direction, like what am I even supposed to be doing? Where am I going?
And this isn't just mildly annoying, it takes a real toll. It's frustrating, it can feel overwhelming, really demotivating.
And the sources mentioned it can even show up physically, didn't they? Headaches, feeling tired all the time, not in your stomach.
Exactly. Signs that the stress and overwhelm are building up physically. It's not just in your head.
And sometimes you don't even fully connect the dots, you know? You don't realize you're properly stuck until you take a step back, maybe reflect a bit, or
someone else points it out. A friend, a partner might say something. It can creep up slowly.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, okay, brings us to the big question. Why? Why do we get stuck like this?
Well, core idea that really stood out from the sources is that our behavior, including being stuck, it often stems from what's going on inside, our thoughts and feelings. Specifically, the material talks about sneaky thoughts and sticky emotions.
Sneaky thoughts, I like that. What makes them sneaky?
They're sneaky because they often operate just below conscious awareness. They're these kind of predictable, almost automatic thinking patterns that fuel those difficult emotions, the sticky ones that kind of glue us in place.
Okay, give me an example. What's a big sneaky thought?
Perfectionism is a huge one. It sounds like it should lead to doing things well, but actually...
It stops you from starting.
Exactly. The anxiety, the fear of not doing it perfectly makes you put it off. You feel like you need to know the absolute right way before you even begin, and that anxiety just feeds hopelessness, so you don't start.
Right. If step one isn't perfect, the whole thing feels doomed. Why bother?
Precisely. And very related is all or nothing thinking, black and white thinking.
Like what?
Like believing if you can't do something completely or perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. The classic example is exercise, right? You think, I have to do a full hour at the gym.
Right.
And if you only have 20 minutes.
You do nothing because it's not the perfect hour.
Exactly. Or like you make one tiny mistake coloring and you rip the whole page out because now it's ruined, it's not perfect anymore, leads to disappointment, frustration.
Oh, I recognize that one. If I can't nail the whole thing perfectly, it feels like failure from the start. So yeah, inaction.
Then there's the tyranny of shoulds. Constantly telling yourself what you should be doing, thinking, feeling.
Oof. Yeah, I should be further along. I should be more organized. I shouldn't feel this way.
Exactly. And every should implies you're not measuring up right now. You're not good enough as you are, which just leads straight to feeling discouraged, maybe even worthless.
Wow, yeah, the shoulds are heavy, like carrying around a judge constantly pointing out your flaws.
And all of these sneaky thoughts, they fuel negative self-talk, self-criticism, which is often tied to deeper feelings, maybe shame.
And it can be so automatic, right? Like a flash.
Totally. Below conscious awareness often. You glimpse your reflection. Ugh, what's wrong with me? Make a small mistake. How could I be so stupid? They're sneaky because they're so ingrained so fast.
So, okay, these thought patterns create difficult emotions, the sticky ones, and those lead to the stuck behaviors like procrastination or avoidance. It's a cycle.
That's the loop. And underneath a lot of this, fear and self-doubt play a massive, often silent role.
Fear of what specifically?
Fear of change, definitely. Fear of failure is huge. But also, interestingly, sometimes it's fear of succeeding or fear related to pursuing something that really matters to you.
Wait, fear because it matters. How does that work?
Well, one source had this really powerful idea. The task you keep avoiding might be the one you fear precisely because it's deeply meaningful. It's not that you don't care, it's that you care so much. The thought of failing at that specific thing is terrifying, so you avoid it.
Wow. Okay, that flips the script. It's not apathy, it's significance causing the paralysis.
Exactly. And this kind of fear often shows up as analysis paralysis.
Ah, yes. Overthinking central.
Right. Thinking, researching, planning. To the point where you never actually do anything.
Yeah.
The sources list the signs. Excessive rumination, this crippling fear of making the wrong choice.
You get overwhelmed weighing options.
Yeah. Or you rely too much on gathering more and more data, never feeling like you have enough to decide. And ultimately, you just avoid making the decision altogether.
Which kills your confidence and means you miss opportunities. It's like your brain just freezes trying to find the absolutely perfect, risk-free path.
And that actually leads to a really important reframing that came up in the material. Things we might label internally as, I'm going crazy or I'm broken or what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Often, it's just your brain trying its best to protect you.
Protect you? How?
Based on past experiences or perceived threats. Think about anxiety. It feels awful, like an attack. But its function is like a smoke alarm signaling potential danger to keep you safe. Now, the alarm might be faulty or too sensitive or misreading the situation.
But its intention is protection.
Exactly. It's trying to do its job. Understanding that function, that it's not just random awfulness, can shift your perspective. You're not broken. Your brain is just maybe using outdated or unhelpful strategies to try and keep you safe in your current situation.
Okay, that's helpful. So we understand why the sneaky thoughts, the sticky emotions, the brain trying to protect us, maybe in clumsy ways. Now, the big one. How do we actually get moving again? How do we break free?
Right. The first step, and it sounds almost too simple, but it's crucial. Acknowledge and accept the feeling of being stuck without judging yourself for it.
So don't fight it or try to immediately fix it.
Not immediately, just notice it. Like, okay, I'm feeling stuck right now. Take a moment to reflect. Where does it show up? Career, creativity, relationships, what emotions are there? Frustration, fear, boredom.
And notice the physical stuff too.
Yeah, definitely. That tension, that fatigue we talked about. Where is it in your body? Maybe write it down. Just getting it out of your head and onto paper can make it feel less overwhelming. Give yourself permission to feel it without adding another layer of, I shouldn't be feeling this.
Okay, so lean into it a bit, gently, instead of pushing it away.
Exactly. Then the next step is actively working to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing stuck as a failure or a dead end,
Try to see it as
a signal. Maybe a signal that you're ready for a change, transformation, or a new direction. Start asking yourself different questions. What if this is actually a chance to grow? What lessons might be here for me in this feeling? How would it feel if I viewed this as an opportunity instead of a problem?
I like that. It changes the energy from negative judgment to like a potential invitation.
It really does. And you can challenge your own thinking directly, too. One technique mentioned was asking yourself, tell me why that's true.
When those sneaky thoughts pop up.
Yeah. Like, I'll definitely fail if I try this. Ask yourself, okay, tell me why that's absolutely true. Making yourself justify the negative thought can actually help unravel the story you've built around it. It exposes the assumptions, the potential blind spots holding you back.
That sounds like a powerful way to sort of debug your own internal narrative, see the flaws in the logic.
It is. And then maybe the most powerful antidote to that paralysis we talked about, focus on taking small, intentional actions.
Small, not big leaps.
Definitely not big leaps when you're feeling stuck. Big steps feel overwhelming. They feed the paralysis. Start with baby steps, tiny actions. They build momentum little by little. They start to chip away at that feeling of inertia.
Okay, give us some concrete examples. How small are we talking?
All right, say you feel stuck in your career. Instead of feeling like you have to redo your entire resume and start applying tomorrow.
Which feels huge.
Right. Maybe just spend 15 minutes today listing the parts of your current job you actually like and the parts you dislike, just to get clearer on what you even want next.
Okay, that feels doable. What about creative blocks?
Try learning one tiny new related skill online, like a new brush technique if you paint, or a new chord if you play guitar. Or try morning pages, like Julia Cameron suggests in The Artist's Way. Just free write, stream of consciousness, for 10 minutes or maybe 3 pages when you wake up.
Just get stuff out without censoring.
Exactly. Clear the mental clutter, bypass the inner critic, maybe spark an idea, even something totally unrelated like reorganizing a messy drawer or shelf. That small sense of accomplishment can create a little positive energy.
Okay, so the key is really realistic, small goals and doing something consistently daily.
Yeah. One source put it nicely: start smaller than you want to and just keep going. The simple act of starting, no matter how tiny, is often the hardest part and the most important.
That feels way more manageable than trying to, conquer the whole mountain in one go.
It really does. Another strategy mentioned is figuring out your most productive time of day, when you have the most energy. And tackle your most dreaded or challenging small task then. It's that eat that frog idea. Get the hardest little bit done first.
Makes sense. Rip the Band-Aid off early.
Mm-hmm. And if you have projects without deadlines, personal projects often languish for this reason, set one yourself. Make it real.
Give yourself some structure.
Exactly. One person shared how setting a non-negotiable deadline for weight loss finally made them take action after years of feeling stuck. Or think about a minimum viable product, an MVP approach.
Like in tech.
Yeah. Borrow the concept. Instead of waiting to create the perfect thing, start with a basic imperfect version and plan to improve it over time.
So get something out there instead of waiting for perfect.
Right. If you want to write articles but feel stuck, just get the raw ideas down first. Don't worry about perfect sentences or formatting yet. Just get a draft, then refine, then edit. Don't demand perfection from word one.
Because perfectionism leads straight back to procrastination.
Almost always.
Yeah.
It's the enemy of progress, really. And don't forget your body in all this.
How so?
Well, stagnation isn't just mental. It gets into your body as tension, inertia. So simple things like focused breathing, a bit of yoga, even just a brisk walk outside.
Can help shift the energy.
Absolutely. It releases physical tension, helps clear your head, restores a sense of flow. Moving your body can really help reset things when your mind feels like a tangled mess.
Okay, so acknowledge, shift perspective, small actions, connect with the body. What about tackling those deeper things we talked about earlier, like the fear, the self-doubt, the negative self-talk?
Yeah, you got to address those head on, consistently. For fear of change, break the change down into tiny incremental steps. Reframe it. See the opportunity, not just the threat. Connect back to that perspective shift.
And imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud.
Acknowledge how incredibly common it is. You are definitely not alone. Then counteract it. Track your actual accomplishments. Write them down. Reality check.
Okay. And the negative self-talk.
Practice positive affirmations if that works for you, but more actively challenge the negative beliefs. Ask for the evidence. Is that thought, I'm terrible at this, really 100% true based on facts? Surround yourself with supportive people who lift you up. And to deal with biases or difficult emotions, make a point to get diverse perspectives, step away to reflect calmly, and practice mindfulness, just observing thoughts without getting swept away.
It sounds like understanding the why, the sneaky thoughts, the brain's patterns really helps target the how with specific strategies.
Exactly. And one more piece on the internal landscape. Practice feeling your emotions.
Not just acknowledging them, but really feeling them.
Yeah. The sources emphasize that those sticky emotions, frustration, fear, disappointment, they often hang around and keep us stuck because we try so hard to avoid them or push them down.
So what do you do instead?
You tune in. You breathe. You allow the feeling to just be there for a moment without judging it or needing to fix it instantly. Remember, emotions are like messengers. They're giving you information. They aren't permanent facts. The more you practice just allowing them, feeling them without resisting, the less power they have to control your actions and keep you stuck.
Okay, so once we start using these strategies, start breaking free a bit, how do we find a clearer path forward? And maybe more importantly, how do we keep that momentum going so we don't just slip back?
Right. This involves turning inward again, but with a slightly different lens, reflecting on your values, your genuine interests, your deeper goals, what actually matters most to you, not what you think should matter.
Getting clear on your internal compass.
Precisely. And then thinking, okay, how can I use my strengths, my skills, the things I'm good at, and maybe even enjoy, to contribute to something I actually care about. This connects directly to finding a sense of purpose, which came up in the material too.
So aligning your actions with who you really are and what gives you energy.
Exactly. Then you need to actively explore opportunities for growth. Don't just sit back and wait for the perfect thing to land in your lap.
Look within your current situation first.
Yeah, absolutely. Can your current job be enriched somehow? Can you volunteer for new tasks or projects that align better with your interests? Can you advocate for yourself for different responsibilities? Or look outside networking, doing informational interviews, just to learn about fields that spark your curiosity. Polishing up your professional brand online to reflect where you want to go.
Be proactive in seeking or creating opportunities based on that clearer direction.
Yes. And make continuous learning a habit. Not just for your job, but for your interests too. Take online courses, read books, join communities or groups related to areas you want to grow in.
Keeps things fresh.
Totally. It keeps you relevant, brings in new perspectives, and it's a great way to prevent future stagnation by keeping your mind active and engaged. Stay curious.
Keep learning, keep growing. It's an ongoing process, not a one-time fix.
Absolutely. And crucially, trust the process. Remember, feeling stuck is usually a phase, often a sign you're in transition. Trust that things are unfolding, even if the whole path isn't visible right now. Sometimes you need that stillness for the next step to become clear. You can't force it.
That definitely requires patience. Hard in a world that wants constant visible results.
It really does. So to help with that patience and keep the momentum going, track your progress and stay accountable.
Oh.
Set small timelines for your small actions. Use simple checklists. Schedule regular check-ins, maybe just 10 minutes with your journal each week, or a quick chat with a mentor, a coach, or even just a supportive friend or colleague. Here's the small step I took this week.
And celebrate the small wins.
Yes, critically important. Celebrate the milestones, no matter how tiny they seem. Finishing that 15-minute task list. Making that phone call you were dreading. Completing one morning pages session. Acknowledge it. It builds momentum and reinforces the belief that progress is happening, that you are moving forward.
Okay, so let's recap the journey here. It starts with acknowledging the feeling, no judgment, understanding the inner game, those sneaky thoughts, sticky emotions. Then, taking consistently small, intentional actions.
Why?
Reconnecting with your body. Addressing the deeper fears and doubts directly. Finding your direction by tuning into your values. And sustaining it all through ongoing learning, accountability, and celebrating progress.
That sums it up well.
Yeah.
It's definitely a process, needs patience, needs consistent, gentle effort.
Right. And as we wrap up this deep dive on feeling stuck, here's maybe a final thought to chew on, something that really resonated from the material we looked at. What if feeling stuck isn't just a problem you need to fix? What if it's not a sign that something's fundamentally wrong with you?
What if it's something else?
Yeah. What if it's actually a powerful signal, a sign perhaps that you are right on the verge of a really significant transformation? Or maybe that you're ready for a deeper understanding of yourself, of what you truly want next.
That's a powerful reframe.
So consider this. What might your stuckness be trying to tell you about the path forward? Maybe a path you haven't even considered yet. Perhaps it's an invitation to look inward, to question old ways, or maybe just to rest and allow a new direction to emerge gently instead of frantically pushing for an answer. What hidden message might be waiting for you in that stillness?